Sup guys, I'm AUSSIE METALHEAD. I'm doing 150 classic albums by the end of the year. This album is not on my classics list, but I saw that it has amazing ratings on album of the year, and basically any album that shoots up to like 90, 88 average by users with like 1,000 or 2,000 ratings in a quick succession, like a week or two, ends up being an album that I think is quite good. Like if I go to last year, that's like Getting Killed or Ego Trip, that sort of Vanisher, Horizon Scraper. So there's Marucha Pay to Power as another example. I also have heard of Injury Reserve because as soon as you get into like this rate your music album of the year sort of community, you hear people like Intro Reserve, Billy Woods, that sort of thing. I haven't listened to them really. So I'm curious to jump into it. I know it's going to be leaning more on the experimental hip-hop side because that is tending to be the type of rap that Rate Your Music and Album of the Year lacks. So think JPEG Mafia, Intro Reserve, that sort of thing. And I'm curious to jump into it. I know that this is a project made after one of the members of Intro Reserve passed away, but I don't know anything more past that. I don't even know what they sound like or anything like that. So yeah, let's jump into it.
Same page, going the same speed. See, I'm ready to grow, just feeling a bit greedy.
I like how they're using the rational sound in the production.
Flicks gonna have to change the frame and the frames too. And when I chase a young and no, I can't rock all these same shoes. See how I make all this shit about me. You giving you and
I like how like his voice is very evocative. I really like it.
You said you're going and I said where to.
There's so much emotion within every word.
But I'm gonna miss it, just us two. Just for a millisecond, just one blink. Can we just sit all in and let it simmer? Just for me, know it's gonna be a minute. It all feels so soon. Just save me some of you. Just a little more.
Because the only context that I've gotten going into this project when I was just reading reviews and stuff about it, is the context of the other member of Intro Reserve passing. I guess when I'm like reading the lyrics, I don't know how that relates to that experience, but when I'm like reading this, it sounds more so like this person is in a relationship where the other person is pregnant. They're about to be a third person in them, so first kid, and then he's just wanting a bit more attention brought onto himself. But I can't see the parallels to the context that arose for the album, but I can see where it could go because I think that there's 3 members of Intro Reserve, or there was 3 members of Intro Reserve, and now there's 2. So I can see how there could be like similar imagery, and I'm curious how they'll delve and play around with that concept. If that is the concept of the album, because I could be misguided from what I've read. I don't know why, but I don't think they are, but there feels like a British undertone to some of the vocals. Also, this is not what I was expecting. I expected more of like electronic because it was labeled as experimental hip hop, but it's more like intimate vocal and it's really nice. It's really pretty. this production break. There's such a tender atmosphere. I just want to see how it like coalesces, because it's really setting the mood, but I'm not super aware of like the entire narrative overall. I really like this production passage. I really love the tone of his voice, and I think it really works with like the vocal effects that they're doing. It reminds me of something off of like a Kanye project where like there's like this like really like coffinous sound sort of thing. Also, if you haven't watched one of my videos before, I do ratings on the side. These are my first listens. The ratings are subject to change. I listen to these projects multiple times over before I post them to my Discord. And I also post them to my, and you can chat to me in my Discord about my ratings, and I also post it to my album of the year where I do a most of the time detailed write-up of my thoughts on the project overall. I will definitely do re-listens of this project because it feels, especially after I know the concept of the album and everything, which I'm sure I'll pick up on at some point to the project. But overall, like, the production is really nice. I really like the tone of his voice. He has such an evocative voice. I don't know where the emotion is leading, apart from the fact that it kind of sounds like insecurity relating to a relationship where his partner is devoting more time to like the kid, I think, or the baby or the pregnancy. But there's like, the foundations are very good, which is why I would give it a 7. My average rating is a 6 out of 10, but I think that's solely because I listen to more good music than bad. Most of my music that I listen to are Patreon requests. This wasn't a Patreon request, but it's a new album, so I wanted to do it. And Patreon requests are usually geared towards me and the albums that I like, so I listen to more good music than bad. I spiritually feel like I have a 5 out of 10 rating system, because if something is a 5.1, that's when I feel like I have more positive feelings towards it than negative, and I try and be a bit critical. But yeah, this is like, it has very good foundations, and I feel like once I know more about the narrative and like the emotional through points and stuff like that, maybe this first song will hit harder. But it really has set the mood quite well for me, so yeah.
Don't tell me I would if I won't. Don't tell me if I did all that I'd share, that ain't what I want. Don't tell me I should or if I shouldn't. Don't tell me I can, but I don't know if it look good or if it wouldn't. I don't need no more hands, I got my footing. No, don't tell me that again, that I feel free, cause no, I wouldn't. That's not in the picture, no, that's not in the picture. It ain't that way. It ain't that way. It's not in the picture. No, it's not in the picture. It ain't that way. It ain't that way. I woke up in a sweat, but yesterday still stuck to me like glue. It's not in the picture. It's not in the picture. They said with all that hair, man, don't it feel like it's just dragging? Yeah. It ain't that way. It ain't that way. Been everywhere.
I like how it's building.
That we've been through. It's not in the picture. It's not in the picture. Ain't cutting that all out, just ain't something that I'm willing to do. It ain't that way. No,
He said I feel free.
feel light, I feel right, I feel great, I feel cleansed, feel clear head. It's just hair, it's a clean slate. But I feel broken, I feel sliding, feel misguided, I feel pain, I feel different, something's missing. I feel this and some mistake. Who you kid? Just admit it. You think that it's just that way, but it isn't. It's embedded. Helps me keep my head on straight. They say, kid, yeah, you're his twin shit. I mean that is the best way. If I shed it, they forget him, not forget it. No way.
Ooh.
But we've been everywhere, you seen all the shit that we've been through.
I really like the vocals here.
No, it's not in the picture. No, it's not in the picture. It ain't that way. It ain't that way. It's not in the picture. No, it's not in the picture. It ain't that way. It ain't that way.
Wait, I'm also 100% certain that the lyrics are wrong here. I don't think it ain't that way. It ain't dead weight. It's crazy that the lyrics are saying it ain't that way.
Picture. No, it's not in the picture. It ain't that way. It ain't that way. It's not in the picture. No, it's not in the picture. It ain't that way. It ain't that way. Don't tell me if I would, if I won't. Don't tell me if I did all that I just said. That ain't what I want. Don't tell me if I said.
I really like how booming the bass is in the background. There's such like a looming presence involved with it.
I don't need no more hands. I got my own footing. No, don't tell me not again that I feel free. Cause no, I wouldn't. I swear yesterday still stuck to me like that. It ain't that way. I swear yesterday still stuck to me like that. It ain't that way. I swear yesterday still stuck to me like that. It ain't that way. I swear yesterday still stuck to me like that. It's just dragging, yeah. It's just dragging, yeah.
I feel like this track, I like it quite a bit. I think its ability to make it feel the emotion that he's trying to get across, because like the way that I take it is that like it is a very, I don't know, morbid experience where like I'm taking the lyrics as like the dead weight is the ex member of Injury Reserve, and like the it ain't dead weight, it's it feels like the yesterday, basically like we're at the day after he probably found out about the passing, and then yesterday still sticking to me like glue, and then we're talking about like his denial of that sort of experience. And I think that the production does a really good job at putting you in that experience. That's how I take it. I'm trying to look up at times like what the songs are about, but there's not many people that are talking about the meaning of each track or anything on Genius or anything like that. So with the context of what I have going into the project, this is how I'm taking away. If this has nothing to do with what happened, then I apologize, but under that context, the dead weight pleading and denial rings very, I don't know, it's not morbid, but devastating. And I think they do a really good job of like immersing you in that experience.
all the folk play. Okay. Oh, anything goes, man. Niggas ain't got no shame. Shit, no shame. Trying to stick to your guns and not fall into their rat race. Niggas obsessed with rollouts and parlays. Might as well throw down. Put it on my Barclays.
I try to do this shit to a T, leave it all on the table so everyone can eat. We would break our back trying to find new angles to come from so they could really see. I was just trying to dig deeper while they was getting clean on it, rinse and repeat. I ain't got much more on me for me to rip open for y'all to just pee. Okay, I know what I signed up for. That don't make this shit hit less hard, man. Niggas obsessed with rollouts and parlays. Might as well throw down. Put it on my Barclays. I got a band on the iPhone cover art, some Y2K and 2 new allegations. You can up that to 3 and really get paid, man. But that ain't me. I'ma play it safely. Please say all of this a hoax. I see peaks, feel something that is flowing. We see all of this exposed. I think we went further than we supposed to. They seem unamused at most. I let it rip me open, they barely blink too. The outside looking something like great.
It's very interesting to use like a very kind of soft but like potent bass as like the beat. You always find like very interesting like production when it comes to like underground rage stuff mixed with like abstract hip hop. I feel like they find very unique ways of using like something as like a beat for people to rap over.
Looking something like grapefruit. It ripped me open, showed all my ways. The inside looking something like grapefruit. This incense is fucking with me. It's just too intense. For instance, a couple of things I shouldn't witness. My sixth senses is calling on me. I beg forgiveness. It's been a quintuple of things I could have implemented, but I'm too hard-headed and it's crushing on me. It's starting to hit down my insides and buckle my feet. And then I sit there and realize that it's fucking with me. And they barely blink too. And then I look down and all I see is grapefruit. Wait. Ooh. It's grapefruit. Wait. Ooh. It's grapefruit. Rip me open, showed all my ways.
I really like this like sort of classic like cinema sort of. There's like this the din and the back that reminds me of like very terrifying like tense elements of like 1950s and 60s cinema. It's quite nice.
Okay. Get straight to business, skipping all the folk play. Okay. Oh, anything goes, man. Niggas ain't got no shame. Shit, no shame. Trying to stick to your guns and not fall into their rat race. Niggas obsessed with rollouts and parlays. Might as well throw down. Put it on my Barclays.
It's very unique production. I don't think I've had much like it. Like the closest I can think of is that rage stuff because of how they manipulate bass, but ooh.
Shell gift cards will hit hard now. Getting hell of a lot harder to hold the line down. Not just 2 Cliff Bars, nigga, a large amount. From the moms and pops, it's getting hard now. Shit, they bought that spot, finna get ours now. But that cash up front, it sounded nice now.
Ooh, I really like the production here.
The kid in me would tear me all down.
more emotionally like evocative rapping performance instead of like the dejected like monotone delivery. I prefer this because it still carries across a lot of the set like intimacy and like emotion.
They just gotta have an hour for lunch and count on the merch. Go ahead, nigga, break a leg. We planning a baby room, shit's expensive, man. And that paper in the envelope, nigga, that's the grab. I just gotta deal with shit, feeling dissonant. It's security guards acting on back at home, just writing songs now. Shit. White Beast 8 months along now. In between some college shows and some small towns, I keep thinking about the envelopes that they hold out. Next tour we doing only those, nigga, the whole route. Shit, them shell gift cards, we hit hard now. Brick said at your size, that's a small amount. And around that time, it's looking clogged now. Hey there, your favorite rapper at your door now. If you wanna skip the fees, you can call now. Here I am delivering eats, writing in the car now. For them abs to them streets, nigga, all round. The tape light turned on, I said out loud. Shit, them shell gift cards, we hit hard now. They seem to hold me down.
I love this track. This is my favorite track on the album. I really like the sample in the back. The production is so detailed and textured. They're very talented. I like it. Ooh, I like the taps here. They're using unique ways of like creating beats that I'm not used to, but I like it. It's cool. Like these like sort of taps, like the way that they were manipulating bass for the beats in Grapefruit. Ooh. I'm still curious how this is all going to wrap up because there is like a lot of there's like some of like the imagery of like a birthing happening, which I can see how that could be related to like maybe the birthing process is some form of accepting of the guilt or grief in general, but it's not incredibly overt with its storytelling just yet. I'm curious when that will be like shown.
Stuck on the fence. Yeah, ain't no fence. I'm stuck on the fence. Help me down before you go. Leave me with just enough to, just so I can stomach it. Can't go out there on your own. You need yourself some loving, kid. You can't go zigzagging, zigzagging through the moon. Can't go zigzagging, zigzagging. You can't go zigzagging, zigzagging through the moon. Can't go zigzagging, zigzagging. You was trying to dodge everything coming your way. Young brother gotta face it. Can't just pop up every now and then, every other day. You got some shit that ain't escaping. Your man have more speed and agility than never before. He was jumping them hurdles.
For the record, my ratings here are incredibly subject to change because
doing every little damn thing that he
when it comes to like listening to a project, this has been the hardest one to like really get a handle on. Like if you see any of my other reactions, I'm a yapper.
Through the moon, zigzagging, zigzagging, zigzagging through the moon, zigzagging, zigzagging. You ain't dodged nothing.
Ooh.
Stay the safe and narrow path, shit. I was on my lonely back then, shit. Niggas used to belly laugh, shit. Never shit they never had, shit. Yeah, I don't need your paragraph, shit. My mom made, nah, stay. Yeah, it's just a quarter past, shit. I should've been past telegraph, shit. I'm ready for the end of that shit. Don't need a straight to end up back spinning. They knocked on break to get my ass dead. And if they miss, they bend it back quick. So when you speak on me, you speaking past tense. I walk the barren past me. I wear my air to my last breath. And when I'm zigzagging, I'll be zigzagging, zigzagging to the moon. Zigzagging, zigzagging. Zigzagging towards the moon. Zigzagging towards the moon. There was shit we never had. Thank you.
All right, I feel like I haven't been talking because I how I want to be respectful to the album and what they're going through, and they're clearly talented individuals when it comes to their production, and that's basically what I've been rating off of at the moment, is like, how much do I like the production? Because on the overall like executively produced aspect of this, like, what's the narrative structure of the album, I'm not fucking with it. But I say that with as much respect as possible, because if there is something that I'm not, because I haven't heard Injury Reserve stuff, so I haven't heard Injury Reserve before, and I don't know the narrative of the album. I am trying to find out stuff by like looking it up and whatever, but it's a new album and not many people are talking about it. Most of the reviews just talk about the death of the person, less so about the music. And Genius doesn't have any annotations about what's going on. So for me, it's just going. And usually when it comes to albums, I don't actually need that. When I like, obviously when I listen to like something like Ethel Cain, like I can just listen to it and understand the themes. I can listen to I Raw Dogs like 90% of the albums I've reacted to, some being like decently experimental in themselves and being a bit abstract. But with this one, I'm basically forced to raw dog it, and I'm not picking up much. I can vaguely see some of that imagery of like the one of the members' wives being pregnant, and there's the dead weight one was probably the most poignant when it came to the subject matter that I was trying to touch on, because I can kind of see that being like a massive amount of grief being held onto you like glue, and it's weighing you down. I can understand that, and I can grapple with that in the concept. But like overall, a lot of this stuff, I don't see the substance. There is the emotional tenderness of like the vocal deliveries. There's the production that is quite nice, and I can definitely tell that they're talented and they have unique and creative approaches to being able to like make beats. But overall, kind of just I don't get it, and I'm with humility not going to like rate it poorly now, but like I'm going to come back to this days later, and I'm going to that's when I'm probably going to post my review and stuff about it, when I find more information about the narrative to see if I'm really missing something, because overall it feels so far, and I mean this with love, it feels this might be the point, but it feels very wallowy, and there's not much like depth to get into. It feels very like window dressing a lot of the time. Like you have this really nice production, you have the intimacy of the vocals, and there is like this sense of emptiness, probably trying to symbolize the emptiness of the member that has passed, but there is nothing really being said about the project. It is just, yeah, to me, there's just nothing really being said. They're not saying anything poignant. The lyrics are kind of just filler. Apart from with like dead weight and like some lyrics here and there. The reason why I've been like so silent is because I've been trying to find what I'm missing, and then I'm pausing the recording and I'm looking up, and then I'm doing like trying to do as much research as possible. It's like, am I missing something? Because this is a very emotionally poignant subject. Obviously, if someone dies at 32 and they're a friend of mine, and I made an album about it, it would hold so much weight to me emotionally. So I want to be respectful of that. And that's why I wasn't just like going off the cuff and being like, I don't like this, I don't like that, and I'm trying to sit with the album. And I'm sorry that in some way that's even disrespectful in itself, because I've been allowing it to just play when usually I'm commenting a shit ton. And it's a delicate balance trying to strike that. But so far I don't have a problem with the idea of having these like vignettes that make you feel the atmosphere of potentially what they're feeling at that point in time, and them going through the grief. But there is very little structure, and that could be the point. But there are abstract things that don't have structure that can still speak to me. But this one just hasn't done that. I haven't felt the emotions that they're feeling, apart from momentarily on Deadweight. So on re-listens, a lot of these ratings will probably go down quite a bit because I'm saying all this because I want to be honest. I don't want to just like fake a reaction, just like sit here and not talk. But I'm striking this balance between respect to what's happening to them, because obviously that's tragic. The respect of me not knowing enough about them, and the and me being honest, but not trying to rip their content, you know? That's why I've been putting out like certain like production stuff that I do appreciate. And obviously I think if 7 out of 10 is good, I think all of their production is good. I just think I'm not really factoring in a lot of their narrative or their rapping takes and stuff like that, because so far they just haven't really hit for me. In My Town has a pretty strong rapping take. I understand and I can appreciate how tender the voice sounds on the first 3 tracks. Mostly, like, I'm thinking mainly like Can I Have You For Myself and Grapefruit. It's a very intimate, up close take, but it's not saying much to me. It's, yeah, I guess most respectfully, it feels very window dressy. It doesn't feel like there's much meat to the bone, despite the fact that the experiences that they're feeling and like the experiences that they're talking about have so much meat to them. It's just, it's not getting conveyed to me through the music, except through like vague gestures through the production and the vocal takes. Yeah.
You know, I got here on my own too. That's when you're supposed to. Yeah. It wasn't easy either. Stayed a safe and narrow path. Shit, I was on my lonely back then. Niggas used to belly laugh, and there was shit we never had. Shit, I don't need your paragraph. My mom made non-stay. Shit, it's just a quarter past, and I should have been past telegraph. Ready for the
I like this part of the production. That's cool. It feels like it conveys a decent amount of emotion. And like, I understand that the vocals that he's having right here is meant to sound dejected, but it still doesn't make me feel that. This has more emotionality to it for me. My mom made said not stay. Shit is just a quarter passing. I should have been past telegraph. I'm ready for the end and that's it. Don't need to straighten and no backspin. Then I don't need to get my ass in. Anything mistake running back. So when you speaking me, you speaking past it. Like when it comes to production, I think this is on the better path. And also I think like the vocal takes are nicer. I'm feeling more emotionally gripped by them on this part. I can understand like it is trying to make me feel a bit disorientated. I like this effect on the production. Yeah, like, I will happily say that. I think they come across very talented. I wouldn't be surprised if I found, like, an Injury Reserve project that I thought was fucking incredible. Because the, like, foundations when it comes to the production is definitely there.
Interest if you just lay low. No reason to get tangled, and it's just some things you must take 10 toes. Some things you must take. It's in your best.
The bass, I really like how they use the bass though.
Trust me, man, it's that simple. When you know there's some things that you must stand for. There's some things it's in your best interest if you ride on tinted. We don't need no more eyeballs, nigga. And especially if you go 550. Especially if you
it's probably the best rap performance I've heard so far. I like it.
See me, I'm a mom my opinion. Unless you write another zero, cause it's not my digits. No, it's not my best interest. If you go white tee, make a little sweat early morning tai chi. Keep ready to get front, so you just might see. Check my intake, cause I know my jeans my best interest.
Feels like the most complete package of a track so far.
On my own 2 feet, minutes in my first time, run this OIP. Run this OIP. It's in your best interest if you keep shit close. Maybe on some weirdo shit, but you want a front row seat. They like, nigga, where you been? Yeah, nigga, how it sit? Nigga, what it look like? What? I try to tell them don't go wasting your oxygen. And if you go 10, bro, go 5%. I mean, half of these niggas just gon' politic. Don't need no more eyes in your pockets, man. You don't need a jubilee on no watches, man. I mean, this came with a shit to my defense. And the links with the bezel, they just compliment. So can you blame a nigga? I mean, not one bit. You think half of this shit just be common sense. Not every little step got a document. I mean, it's like these niggas wanna be a walking lick. I mean, it's like these niggas wanna be a try to tell them that it's all a feeling. But you trust that nigga as your co-defendant. I know some of these questions, they feel specific. Wait a hold up, nigga, did you 5% on my eyeball? See, look, you can't see none in my car. If I'm being too discreet, but it's my fault. We will take a few pupils.
I think this is the first track where it feels like a holistic piece really working for me.
Don't get lost in the sauce, kid. It's in your best interest if you lock in. If they on some weird shit, better clock in. We don't need no more eyeballs. See, look, you can see nothing in my car. They want a front row seat, be like, oh no. They be on some weirdo shit. That nigga have to sit. What it look like, what?
Who wants to know? Trust, roughly as far as I can throw. Living in the dust bowl, once trust the road. Many such blow dust off a tone. Rush creep up the throne. I came up off a page of the payphone.
Again, all these ratings are going to change, but this is my clear front runner so far.
Is it warm or is it cold? Is it
Deadweight is another, like, probably close second for me.
Will I know when it's the end of the road? Will I know when it's the end of the road? I sit alone with the ghosts. Charcoal, pencil, instrumental. Barcode, everything they sent you, God knows. Charcoal, pencil, sketch bones. Whoever sent you, tell them I said, who wants to know?
I think this is also really plays really well with like the unsettling atmosphere of like the ghost sort of motif that they have in the like title and stuff like that. It feels like it is able to fill like the darker tones that the entire album has been trying to like wrestle with. I think it's my favorite track. I like the start here. It's eerie.
Truly amused. Two things I'm through. Up TV, move. Fuck me, just move. I thought we was on some turnover. New leaf, too. I stretch my limbs out like man, it's so woo me. Let's groove. I seen it happen HD. Thought it was lapse in a dream. Then I looked down at my feet and it was actually me. Can say it's a sad thing to see, but I was basking in glee. Can build it back how we need. It's just for you, it's for
They
me.
say, take it slow to one more. Shit that come back to you, know. If I do this gradually, more shit will fall back on me. So, just gotta let that shit go.
This round definitely reminds me of a rap album that I really appreciate.
I want niggas to know. And when we out of here, make sure you go zigzag and make it look like an accident. No.
Like the way he's rapping on
But
it.
I want niggas to know. But I want niggas to know. But I want niggas to know. But I want niggas to know.
Shit was caught by storm and we ain't even know it till you the shit knee high. This shit is shit knee high. Shit we was caught by storm and we ain't even know it till you the shit knee high. Till you the shit knee high. Shit we was caught by a storm and we ain't even know it till you the shit knee high. Till you the shit knee high. Shit we the shit knee high. Till you the shit knee high. Till you the shit knee high. Till you the shit shoulder.
Fuck that, no more times, niggas gotta go bust back. There's lots to unpack. No time, niggas got us to unpack. I spread my toes in the soil, searching for what was untapped. Massage my scalp in more oils, brush off the ash off my back. I seen it happen, HG, thought it was lapsing a dream. Then I looked down at my feet, and it was actually me. Can say it's a sad thing to see, but I was basking in glee. Can build it back how we need. This is for you, it's for me. It's for all of us. Yeah. We got somewhere to lay our head down. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we. Come on, I got some room for you over here. Shit, we was caught by a storm and we ain't even know it. To you, the shit knee high, the shit knee.
Another pretty. I think this best intros in this track are like the ones that like really stand alone by themselves. Dead weight to like a lesser degree. No, I can. I really like them that like this sort of jazz stuff. This jazz element is quite interesting because I feel like with more rating music album of the year type albums, that tone of jazz is used so much. Like it's used in Amps From Up There, it's used to Pain to Power, it's used on this, and there's like multiple other projects I've heard that use very similar. And it's like a certain tone and timbre to the horns. It's like a more polished sheen to it or something. It doesn't sound as deep. I like this sound. I wonder where they'll go with it. Ooh. The production is really taking a step up, I feel. And they already had like pretty nice production.
It's what it feel like on the other side. Bro, it's all in my locks, huh? Fuck it.
We can take care of all this later. So we ain't gotta clean all this shit tonight. Shit like this only happens once in your life. Look up in the sky, it's all armor. It said, bro, it's all in your locks, bro, no problem. Look up in the sky, it's all armor. It said, bro, it's all in your locks, bro, no problem. Look up in the sky, it's all armor. It said, bro, it's all in your locks, bro, no problem. Open your eyes, it's all falling. I knew that shit dropped, but that shit melt like butter. Watch out. They say I'll need some ACV. It's crazy. The baby soda with the lemon squeeze. I seen the last hit the flow. I seen the silhouettes when the air was glow. I see how he hit.
I definitely think I could. I probably will like Injury Reserve albums.
I see how the flick is slow.
Like this sort of, I fuck with this track and a lot, like the two before it. And I'm assuming that the first few tracks were less like what they usually do, and it's more due to the subjects that they're dealing, like the experiences that they're dealing with at the moment. That's probably my favorite track on it. Remember, I'm just gonna say all of these are subject to change. But I'm basically just ranking now, not what number it is, just where I would rank them in my head, irrespective to the number value that they have. Like 8.5 that's the highest score I'm giving because it's like this is my favorite track off the album. I think a lot of those prior tracks will be going down quite a bit, but I like this quite a bit. This is fun. Well, not fun, but it's very enjoyable. Ooh, I like that glitch. The glitches are really nice. I think it really plays with the ghost aspect quite nice. Like you're like cutting out of consciousness sort of thing. Or like realms, and it's cool. Very good producer. It's so like, I love the production really well. And then it also has like the meat, I feel, that I was talking about that I felt like it lacked. This is the best track on the album. The clarity is nice, yeah.
Don't let me go. I can relive the situation like it was just this morning. I was tweaking, felt a little breeze and thought I had saw shit. Baby, I don't know, something got me at an arm's length. I don't think I'm alone, I can just tell it the tone shift. I feel it, how we helix like we woven. Nudge me closer if I tiptoe. Let me know you're on my shoulder.
Yeah, I know I will probably like intro Zeb stuff.
I don't know.
So I'm sorry that like I've been negative and despondent in this reaction. I just don't know if I love this album, but I feel like there is one that I would love. Because like these last 3 tracks showcase that I would probably fuck with them.
My ghost go.
It's just their despondency didn't ring emotionally
It was right under my nose,
potent for me.
all the weight and smelt the aroma. Right under your chin, now you and your
Well, he's like a good rapper, so he can.
Much shed the echoes, I turn my back and I gotta ignore.
If he was like explaining his thoughts or doing this sort of thing throughout, I would have appreciated it.
Like go, he couldn't be far, man, stay on your toes. I try to move on, but little I know that I needed my bro. We seen so much, he being so clutch when I stood to my love. My ghost go, my ghost go, goes. My ghost go, ghost go, ghost, ghost, ghost.
I really like this.
My ghost go, ghost, ghost, ghost. My ghost go, ghost go, ghost, ghost, ghost. Don't let me go. Don't let me go. I can relive this situation like it was just this evening. If you teased me and told me these things, I wouldn't believe it. Dropped in the deep end. Shit, why did you leave me? I tipped around it, you pushed me deep in. This ain't what I meant if I get my feet wet. You show me signs and just let them sink in. It's to my shoulders, it's to their knees, shit. I know you try to show me, but I didn't see shit. I went from dodging my shadows to trying to cast more, sitting staring at the cement. Shit, I lit candles, I checked the handles, I checked my basement. Did I do it wrong? Was it the wrong song? I checked my placement. Was it the ambiance? Shit, I moved around, I rearranged shit, but I felt nada, I felt deflated. Was this all just a little game shit? Was this just all just some cyber show? Where my ghosts go, 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 go. My ghosts go, my ghosts go, ghosts, ghosts, ghosts. My ghosts go, ghosts go, ghosts, ghosts, ghosts. My ghosts go, my ghosts go, ghosts, ghosts, ghosts. My ghosts go, ghosts go, ghosts, ghosts, ghosts.
I would say this is like on par with the last track of like definitely my two favorite tracks.
Don't let me go. 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 Don't let me go.
That's an abrupt ending, and also I don't want to spoil myself for any of that album because I have seen that album cover a billion times, and I know that I will want to listen to that or react to it at some point. So, yeah. Overall, I understand. I'm pretty sure the concept of the first part of the album is there's like glimpses of the emotion coming through of like a glimpse of the emotion coming through, but like overall it's like mostly despondent sort of atmosphere, and I can understand that being a nice emotionally like storytelling, a nice emotional storytelling device. For me, it didn't land. So for like 20-30 minutes, I was just trying to make sense of it, which could be the concept of it, because I understand there's like abstract hip hop and especially like Billy Woods sort of stuff there. It's not going to like spoon feed it to you. So I was trying to figure it all out, but when it comes, it just wasn't like particularly engaging to me for the first half of the album, and the second half picks up. I think once I think it showcases that for me, I don't hate Injury Reserve. I think they're good producers. Like I enjoyed their production throughout the entire thing. I think what they're going for on this project makes sense, but it just isn't for me. And I think that there is other stuff that I would buy them that I probably would fuck with quite a bit. So this is like most likely a pretty not depressing, a pretty unfortunate introduction to them, because I do think I would enjoy some of their stuff. Yeah. If you want me to listen to some of the stuff, if you watched it this far, I'm sorry. This is probably one of my worst reactions because I was just out of it for like fucking 30 minutes trying to figure out what's going on. And researching and stuff like that. That's why there's a lot of pauses. Like you'll probably see me do this sort of thing a lot, where I did this, and then you see me come back in, just try to mimic it. But because I was trying to look up some stuff about the album. And yeah, I'm sorry about that. I will probably actually edit this. I don't usually edit for my YouTube because usually I can just yap the entire time through, and most people prefer the uncuts. But there's just so much downtime between this within this project that I think it's important for me to edit it so I don't just steal their shit. Yeah. But anyway, if you want to want me to listen to more Intro Reserve, you can go to my Patreon. It's $5 a month, and you get to request an album that's $5, and it's 50 minutes or less. Or you can request a classic album. I have a list of 360 that I haven't heard before that are all first listens. I promise I'll be more talkative. Or if you don't want the 15 minutes or less restriction, you can upgrade the sub to $8 instead of $5, and you get to have 90 minutes or less. You also get early access by months ahead of time if it's not a new album. This is a new album, so it goes up pretty quick. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Sorry for the me not vibing with the album as much, because it clearly on Album of the Year and Rate Music, everyone's loving it. But in my defense, I fucking hate Rate Music. They're all scrubs. But I don't know. I don't think Intro Reserve is scrubs, and I would want to listen to that project that came up right after this. I would want to listen to this. Because I've seen this album cover, it goes hard as fuck, and it has a lot of love. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you. Peace.